Very good morning to everybody, and I warmly welcome you all to my presentation. This is about the development of a specialty coffee roaster and a controller for the production of premium quality specialty coffee. In next 12 minutes, we will discuss about this at four main sessions. The first session will be the research background and the objective. The second will be the methodology and the results. Then finally, we will talk about the conclusions and suggestions. So, when you consider coffee is one of the main agricultural crops in the world, while specialty coffee plays a major role in the incremental growth of the demand and the consumption, as you can see in the first picture. And there are different definitions for specialty coffee, even within the same group of people. But it is determined by the flavor, aroma, texture, cupping quality, and the color. And due to the series of sorting, the amount of specialty coffee that we receive for roasting is much less. And due to the quality and standardizations, high demand for specialty coffee is there with regardless of the price. And in terms of the flavor development, roasting is the most crucial stage, and therefore different roast masters use different types of roasting profiles as a technique to track down the activities and the decisions that they have taken in response to the feedback that is received by the roasted beans. So as in the picture, there are different types of roasting profiles which gives different types of final results. So in this picture, you can identify there are three main degrees of roasting: light roasting, medium roasting, and dark roasting. Cinnamon type, New England type, American type comes under light roasting. Full city types comes under the medium roasting, while Vienna, French, Italian belongs to dark roasting. So you can clearly identify the differences between the color in each and every degrees of roasting. At the moment, traditional roast masters use a pan for roasting, and commercial roast masters use a bulk roaster for roasting. And in terms of roasting specialty coffee from a bulk roaster, it will waste more energy, and also the final product will be less uniform, as you can see in the second picture. So by using the bulk roaster, the roasting profile can be followed properly. So in order to follow the roasting profile, we have to control the air temperature very well. In order to control the air temperature very well, we have to have a proper program. So at the moment, the availability of appropriate roaster for specialty coffee roasting is very limited. So my objective was to design a specialty coffee roaster to produce coffee in standard quality and to automate the optimal roasting process. And the methodology is first the designing of the roaster is done, then the selection of materials according to the requirement, then the fabrication of the roaster is done, and after that, the automation of the process. And this is the design that I have made, and it consists with the funnel, siphon separator, rotating drum, opening, and a concealment. And this is me fabricating the shafts, and this is me adjusting the curvatures of the drum and the bushes, and this is me drilling and fixing the plates inside the drum. Drilling seams will facilitate the entering of hot air into the rotating drum, and fixing plates inside the drum will maintain the uniformity of roasting, mixing the roasted bean carefully. And then the welding and fixing the roaster fixed mainframe, and then the automation process comes in. For this, the use language was Python. At first, we have developed a model by using data from a roast master for a specific variety of coffee in Arabica, and then the software is developed in 5 stages. Then the software is calibration done by using a simple model. And you can see the libraries are imported. At the second stage, we have developed the program to read the temperature in every 25 milliseconds. And then the third session, the deciding of the PWM according to real-time temperature and its set value. And then we have developed the program to extend which can represent the data that they have taken by the model by graphical plots. As the fifth session, we have used parallel process to run all these processes parallelly. And main thing in the parallel process, we use multi-threading option. And then this is the circuit diagram, and you can see the Raspberry Pi board which acts as the microcontroller and the thermocouple. The K-type thermocouple is used because it can measure temperature for a wide range with a minimum error. So it will read temperature as an analog signal and it will convert it into a digital signal by max 6675 converter. And according to the voltage that is received by the Raspberry Pi board, the receiving value will be varied to the microcontroller. So according to the receiving value, the microcontroller decides the PWM and it will change the voltage output in the pin number 4, which is connected to the SSR. Unlike other relays, solid state relays can be maintained at higher frequencies and higher voltage. So it will open and close the AC supply to the ROS. Then the calibration was done by using this simple apparatus because we were not able to finish the roster due to the current situation of the Sri Lanka, and then the results and the discussion as the third session. So you can see the red color and blue color graphs are there. So blue color graph has the real graph, and the red color graph is the model that we have here. According to the model that we have taken the set values. So the set value is determined by the model, and the actual temperature of the hot air is determined by the thermocouple that we are using, and then by the microcontroller it will compare the two temperature values and then it will decide what to do. If the temperature set value is equal to the temperature actual value, then the PWM equals the same. But if the temperature set value is higher than temperature actual value, temperature should be increased. So PWM will increase one by one. And then if the set value of the temperature is lesser than the actual temperature of the hot air, then the temperature of the hot air should be reduced. In order to reduce the temperature of the hot air, we have to reduce the PWM one by one until it comes to the same value that set value required. So then when we consider PWM, it is changing voltage in a predetermined time in terms of duty cycle. So we can express PW as a duty cycle. So if we consider the temperature is equal to the set value at the 50% duty cycle, then the current or the voltage will be supplied in half of the time. That means if we consider 250 milliseconds, 125 milliseconds will be the current supply. And if the temperature is equal to the set value at 75 duty cycle, it will remain the same. And then if the temperature is higher than the set value, then the duty cycle should be reduced from current duty cycle. And as in this example, it comes to 22. And if the temperature is lesser than the set value, the duty cycle value should be increased from the current duty cycle value. So in this example, 35 to 65. And these are the results that I have taken from the calibration of the machine. As you can see in the first graph, the real-time temperature fluctuates 10 Celsius above the set values, and in the second graph, the real-time temperature fluctuates around the set value with the plus or minus 7 Celsius, and in the third graph, you can see we are close into the temperature following system, and it follows the set value, but there are many fluctuations. But in the fourth, we are almost completed, and you can see it from this video. And this real-time temperature follows smoothly the standard curve. So there are small variations and minimum fluctuations, and but most of the real-time temperature is compensated with the actual value, not the actual value, the standard value. And the conclusions as the fourth session, the temperature control system could maintain roasting temperature with standard error estimate of 0 Celsius, and with stable temperature that is maintained by this software, the machine can reach for the targeted roasted degrees and good qualities. And then the recommendations are to mechanization of the sorting process, and roaster should be completed, and then software should calibrate according to the roaster. And then especially we have to develop variety specific roasting profile for the machine, especially for Sri Lankan varieties. And performance and the quality analysis of the final product should be done. Performance can be analyzed by cracking percentage and the uniformity of the final product, and the quality can be analyzed by the qualified testers. And then the importance of this project is that we can produce specialty coffee up to its standards and specifications, and high uniformity with quality organoleptic characters can be obtained. And also we can produce variety specific roasting profiles for Sri Lankan varieties. And also this will benefit for small scale, high quality specialty coffee producers. And then these are the referrals that I follow. And thank you very much for your time.